I was having troubles. Thank God my son is tech smart. So he was in between meetings and it was perfect. So
great.
Thank you, Wyatt.
Hey, anytime, guys. Have fun.
Thank you. So
Yes.
once again, we're brought with our good friend Kevin Thompson, and Kevin, we chat a little bit when we did the last showing of Return of the Jedi. We were talking about this, how you got involved with Caravan of Courage, and George making these movies for Amanda. Now that it's on Disney Plus, first off, how does that make you feel?
Thank you, Eric.
Dance, keep dancing.
Yes.
So how does it make you feel?
I'm excited. I think I've seen him twice since somehow Wyatt got it on a little pack somewhere, and we watched it on the video from a friend of his. I think we saw it years ago on a DVD, when he was younger, but really we haven't really seen, it's Disney and children is what it's all about. The Caravan of Courage. And I remember my younger nephews and nieces were actually scared of Battle for Endor. And they were, whenever something scary would come up, they would throw the covers up over their heads. So it's that type of a show. So we'll see how it goes. But, hopefully it's a long run on Disney. But you never know with things. You never know. There's finally back out there, and I think I hope that everybody is excited.
Well, we are all excited. I know a lot of people were very excited and also angry with me for making people go out and buy the DVD, and all of a sudden, like 2 weeks later,
it's one of those things. It was, you put it out in that universe.
Yeah,
it was
to get everybody there. There was somebody in Disney accounting that realized, hey, wait a minute, these things are flying off of YouTube. Maybe we should just, put the money in our pockets, because Disney is all about money. So they'll find a way to do something. So
absolutely,
it was out in the universe. We put it out there. Eric put it out there. I put it out there. Pensacon put it out there. Pensacon, we had the reunion of all of us. They were going to have a Ewok reunion without any Ewoks, and so I was lucky enough to make it there. So we've lost Debbie, which was on the casting. Debbie had to be picked because she had done such a job on the death scene of the Ewoks. You could not pick her. Tony made the speeder chase what it was, doing all the stunts on that. He's a fine actor too. He had to be picked too. The best actor in the group of Ewoks is Daniel Frischman. In fact, as the dad, and he played that wonderfully. Dan's a Shakespearean actor, and in fact, during Jedi, he got a call from his agent, said, "What the heck are you doing extra work for? I have this huge audition for you. Could you get down here?" He called in sick, drove all the way down to Hollywood, hit the audition, and drove back. Missed a couple of days of work. And that one was the only movie with David Carradine and what's his name? Toughest guy out there. Other karate guy, white guy. Chuck Norris. And he was the bad guy in the wheelchair on that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Does anyone remember that name, that movie?
I just remember him from Night Court. Remember, he was on Night Court too, right?
Oh, yeah, he's Night Court. He was Dan's boss. He was Dan's boss.
You want to,
Yeah.
know what he looked like. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did get a chance to see Dan. He did one convention with, he did the only convention that Aubrey Miller ever did with
No.
myself. And it was myself, Aubrey, and Dan. And it was for it was a horror film convention. It was the wrong convention to go to, and it was in Ohio. And we can't ever seem to talk Aubrey into doing anything, unfortunately. So maybe one day. Maybe
I
with
hope
the,
so. I hope so.
yeah.
It's, it'd be fun to do a whole big thing again. Tony is wanting to get out there. I don't know who his agent is, and he's starting to want to
That's
get out
great.
there. What the big thing is now Felix, who's been signing his picture for years,
Right.
saying that I'm the only Ewok that does
The hang gliding.
the hang glider, and it's like, no, you're not.
Right.
No, and he says, that's me. I said, gee, sure looks like Tony.
Right.
And he
Well,
goes, no, it's me. I said,
Yeah.
Felix, you were in black. You wore black. I don't remember you in any other color.
Well,
black.
it's also like the Gamorrean guard that has blue eyes, and we know who that's Dickie,
Right, exactly.
So,
And somebody else claims that one.
yeah.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah. And there was at one time, and you guys probably know more, there was 4 guys who claimed to be the stormtrooper that bumped his head.
oh yeah.
And finally they figured it out, but all these other guys have been signing. I have somebody in England who signs my swing across the big gorge into the village.
Wow.
And he
Yeah, there's
just
a lot of
picked
that stuff going out there.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah, and so
It's
when you-
amazing considering the fact that unless you're actually part of it, people are saying, well, yeah, how can you prove that kind of scenario? That's just it's ridiculous. So everyone, just to let you know, if you got any questions tonight in the chat for either Eric or Kevin, please put it into the chat, and we'll ask them the questions. We'll be starting up in about 15 minutes, but we're very glad to have them. And those who recall is that when we were prepping for Celebration Anaheim, that Eric and Kevin were going to be 2 of our signers, as well as guest judges for Aldron Idol. And we are hoping that you guys will be joining us when we get to Anaheim in 2022.
Hope so.
That'll
Should
be
be
awesome.
fun.
And I think that it's amazing
From
with
from your lips to George's ears.
yes, if he has any say about that more. But it's quite amazing. We were talking about this the other day of how the format of Celebration is going to be very interesting now that almost everything's on Disney Plus. It's going to be very much their product, and the sprinkling in. I hope they now with like your movies on there, that they take age from Pensacon and do a panel or something in Anaheim. I think that would behoove them now that the product is more accessible to everybody these days.
Now, what I have heard is that Disney is trying to move into their own things, and the fans don't like it, but they're trying to get away from the OGs. It's just rumors that I have been hearing. We're going to have another season of Mandalorian dropping. Probably Obi-Wan will be just dropping right before, if they're going into production this month, next month, then it'll probably drop right about a year from now. Usually it takes about a year, and they'll probably drop that right after Mandalorian. So those panels will probably be going on at that time too.
Yeah, well, just like any company that's there they want to promote their new media,
Right.
They want to promote what's out. They don't want to always do, because that's the new stuff. And I totally understand that, and I respect that. But it's okay to have a little bit of other stuff there too for people that have never been to Celebration. It's okay to have them there for a little bit. And I actually, there's a gentleman who is a very well-known podcaster, and he was actually pitching. I didn't share this with you, Kevin, but he was pitching doing an Ewok panel directly.
Oh, wow.
He had some
Well, there's
connections.
quite a few Ewoks in the LA area.
Right. He
that
was
are-
actually trying to put something together for that. But again, I totally respect that, and they should focus. I really think they should focus on the new stuff. That's okay, but why not have a little bit of the vintage? That's what we're called now, Kevin. We're
Yeah,
Star
we're
Wars
vintage.
vintage. Yeah,
Well,
why not have a little bit?
The parent, some of the parents weren't even born when we did this movie.
That's true. That's true. Right.
Yeah, I mean we're losing Ewoks, every now and then.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah,
couple
we're all
that
getting
are
older.
doing
Yeah.
that well.
Right.
Debbie was a shock, but then again, when you find out what was happening with her, it wasn't a shock. It was too bad. And different ones have died over the years, but
Right.
I don't know how the English ones are doing.
Yeah.
Those,
Like Rusty, some gentleman named Rusty was one of the.
Oh, Rusty Goff.
Yes.
Rusty Goff. How's he doing? Have you heard how
I
he
saw
is?
him at a convention a while ago, but it's been a long time since I've seen
He
him.
was in the original Star Wars.
Right.
I don't know
And
if he
Mike Edmonds is getting pretty old now.
The other one that lost, he was in Time Bandits. He
Mike
played one of
Edmonds.
the Ewok warriors.
Mike
No,
Edmonds?
Mike Edmonds is doing all right.
Okay.
Jack died from a car. He was working on his car, and the jack gave out.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah, and so that was a horrible accident. Kenny just passed. Shoot, I know his name, and I know he's from Time Bandits. He played like Ewok warrior or something. He
That
just
movie
passed
scared
away.
me as a kid.
That was a great one. I loved Time Bandits.
Yeah,
It was
great.
that
Haven't done
last
any-
scene. I always told my parents stay away from the toaster when I was a child because that scared the crap out of me. Movie, and all of a sudden the parents are gone. I'm like, I don't want toast. It's okay. No toast with my
No,
breakfast.
no.
What-
Yeah.
But we want to wish
superior
one of our
being, that
mods,
was
Mike, a very happy birthday. So happy
Happy
birthday
birthday,
to Mike. Glad
Happy
you could join.
birthday, Mike.
Happy birthday.
Very
Mike.
happy to have you with us tonight, as always, Mike. So once again, if you have any questions for Eric and for Kevin, please put it into the chat. John, anything from you?
No, I just remembered last time we had Kevin on. It was probably my favorite one, so I'm super excited listening to him again because he just had so much information. It was my favorite one, so I'm super excited to do this again.
Well, thank you, John. Thank you.
Jeff, comments?
Looking forward to any insight and seeing this again for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it in close to 30 years. And then when we decided to do this, I was like, I'm going to watch it again with fresh eyes with
I have
everybody.
to say it's not Empire Strikes Back.
Okay. We'll keep that in mind. So, Eric,
Take
tell us a
yourself
little bit
back.
about,
Become 4 years old again, 5 years old. That's what you have to do. You have to remember that.
Good at that.
It's like watching Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and not realizing that, wow, Santa's kind of an asshole.
That's true.
When you really think about it,
Yeah.
you're like, wow, he sends this guy away. He doesn't like him because he's got a red nose. You can't be around here. Wow. So if you're a little different, you got to be cookie cutter.
Yeah.
Ah,
Till it suits their needs.
right. And then he comes back, he says, hey, dude, you can really help me out. I know I've really treated you bad, but hey, can you light the way? Doesn't even say
Right.
please.
It's definitely a kid.
When
It's
you're a
definitely a
kid, you
kid's
don't
movie.
think
That's
about
for
that.
sure.
All right.
These came out, I was in
So-
my mid-teens, so I wasn't a huge fan of them at the
Of
time.
course. No, yeah.
Oh no, these.
So
When
Eric,
you're
tell us a
looking for
little.
that.
Eric, tell us a little bit about W&W Productions and the documentary stuff that you and Warwick put together.
Oh, you mean when Warwick and I were running around terrorizing everybody? Remember that, Kevin? No. Yeah, we were
Yes, I do.
teenage.
That was-
we were
that was,
teenagers.
That was great.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Warwick already had a camera and was walking around filming with his camera, and we had a set teacher, a social worker, and we were still in school on the set because the summer hadn't happened yet. So
You
she
should
thought
explain that, because a lot of people don't understand that. Eric.
when you have minors on the set, there's a social worker that's there. That's also a teacher if in case you're in school, and so that you could go to school, and you had to go to school for at least 3 hours was the minimum time. And then not only that, they had rules like we could only work. We also could only work and be on the set a total of 8 hours, period. We couldn't do any overtime. So it's the person is a teacher and a social worker, and they're there to protect the children because they're minors. And at that time we were still in school. So she thought it would be a great idea for a school project for Warwick Davis and I to do like a behind the scenes, like a making of. We could go around and interview the producer, the director, some of the actors, some of the other Ewoks, and just have fun, do a behind the scenes thing. So she got the producer Tom Smith to rent us another camera. So we had 2 cameras. And so we went around and we were filming, having a great old time. We interviewed the director, we interviewed the producer, we was interviewing some of the Ewoks. We have shots where we're Debbie Carrington and Tony Cox and everybody's doing that. And then I have shots also with Kevin when George visited the set. Remember, Kevin, George visited a set with Linda Ronstadt and his daughter Amanda, because it was her first day of school, and she.
All right, we're gonna have a break right now.
Yeah.
Over the radio.
What?
Yeah, George is coming here with Linda and Amanda, and we're gonna have a break right now.
And the first AD, Toby, remember, he's like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, what's going on? We're
Yeah.
in the middle of shooting.
Like I said before, we have George and Linda and Amanda are coming to the sets. The Ewoks will be presenting Amanda with birthday gifts.
No, it was gifts for her first day of school. That's what it was.
Yeah,
it
that
was
was it.
in-
First day of school. That was
Yeah.
it. First day of school.
And
Yeah.
she didn't know that Ewoks were little people, so he didn't want her imagination to
Doing the
go
illusion.
right. So they had to put all in their costume. Poor Ewoks.
Wow.
Poor poor
We
Kevin
had
and
jump in a
everybody.
Jeep, go meet them. And it was the greatest thing. We're all handed gifts. We walk up to Amanda. Of course, she's just happy as a clam.
Yeah,
Ewoks are giving her gifts. It's
Yeah.
great.
yeah.
Yeah,
So-
my first day of school, my parents were like, "Great, can you go get a job?" And Amanda Lucas is like, "Cool, I get to go hang out with the Ewoks."
Yeah, and my dad's gonna make a whole entire movie series. Originally, we were gonna do a trilogy for her. So
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
things happen.
yeah.
So we're about to
the-
start in about 2 minutes, just to give everybody a 2-minute warning.
So
about
that was what that
that.
was about, and we have about 2 hours of footage. If Disney Plus is interested in it,
Oh, nice.
I did reach out to Disney Plus, Kevin, and Disney Plus had replied, and they want to see the footage, by the way. So
Hey.
So I don't
Never
know if
know.
anything. I don't know if anything is going to happen with it. I told them they should do something like they did with the Disney Gallery, like the behind the scenes of Mandalorian. I think it'd be a great idea to let them see the footage. Also, maybe interview the actors, and maybe get up there and interview John Cordy and talk about how they made the movie. I think it'd be a great idea, but I'm not going to say anything's going to happen with it. So keep your fingers crossed. At least they're looking.
I
at the
didn't think
footage.
this was
Yeah.
happening.
I
That
didn't
was-
either. Yeah.
It was Spencer said, Kev, were you made aware that these were coming on? It was like,
I heard they were dropping.
arr, arr, arr.
It's funny timing too, because we had originally
Well-
planned, I think, to do last week as the beginning of, and they would be a day behind if we did it that way.
So we're like, well,
Yeah.
it saves some people some dollars and and some
Yep.
shekels and
Push it back.
you already paid for that. but
Well,
we
when,
also
you
now-
know, when now they already have them, they're going to be worth something because who has DVDs now? And when Celebration comes around, you've already got your thing that Eric and I can sign.
There you go.
Absolutely. Well, it's funny because the other day
Or at the
we
next
announced
Comic
that
Con,
we're-
WonderCon.
we announced that we're gonna watch I Am Your Father in a couple weeks, the Dave Prowse documentary, and the big joke is that if that ends up on Disney Plus, people are gonna start sending me bills for the amount of DVDs that they're buying over the last couple of weeks between Caravan and Battle and all that jazz. But we're actually at the top of the hour, so
All
we're
right.
going to hit play on the big old D+ machine. Once again, if you have any questions for Eric or for Kevin, please put it in the chat and we're gonna go from there. But we're gonna start with a 10-second countdown of 10, 9,
Okay, guys, let's do this.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Play. Or buffering. There
Buffering, that's no fun.
Buffering.
I
Last
love how it says now. It says rating PG and V for violence. Kevin, you're such a violent person.
It has such a Rankin Bass feel with this narration.
Santa.
Exactly.
That's what I mean.
Hey, Kevin, refresh my memory. I don't remember. I don't think the original script had any narration, and it
No.
did.
No, it didn't. I don't think Blade Runner had it either. These guys work what, 2 weeks?
It seemed like
that-
about
if
a
that,
week.
not
Yeah,
even
about a
that.
week.
About a week.
Yeah, and they kept doing every take, every shot in one take. Remember? They were so good.
She had shoot, what's her name?
Fanula Flanagan.
Vanilla Flanagan. Waking Ned Devine is a great film with her in it. Oh,
Well,
it's a
she was
funny
also
film.
in all those Star. She also did a bunch of Star Trek
Oh, okay.
stuff too.
Yeah.
A couple things. First and foremost, just make sure the volume's a little bit low so we don't get knocked off of Facebook.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
That's not a problem.
There we go. Yeah, we're gonna get. Oh, let me
And
put my
Turn on those
headphones on.
subtitles.
I'm gonna
too.
run back. I'll go get back.
Subtitles are always
I don't.
fun.
I don't appear for a half hour anyway.
oh, okay, cool. So we have the first question from our good friend Mr. Jonathan Notman. Eric, how long did filming last for this?
This was a 6-week film shoot, and then followed by another 1 week of reshoots later.
Wow.
And the reshoots, when we did the
Very cool.
reshoots later, the reshoots, that 1 week reshoot was directed by George Lucas because John Cordy had a prior film commitment. So George had to actually take over reins and direct us.
Oh wow,
Was
it's cool that you got
there a vast difference in
What did you say?
directorial style?
There is a very big style difference between John Cordy and George Lucas. John Cordy is more of like an actor's director. The way he directs, he knows something about acting, where George Lucas is very technical oriented. He also sets up shots faster. He'll suddenly rewrite a scene the morning before we're supposed to do it, and when I only had 1 or 2 lines, suddenly I had 10.
nice. I like how you got credit over Warwick at the beginning there. First name.
Well,
you are the
there was-
main human, so that makes sense.
well, I had to keep my mouth shut actually about that because there was actually a conversation with the whole cast, whose name's going to appear first,
Oh wow.
and I just smiled and said, "Yeah, I can't wait to see whose name's going to appear first." But I already knew that my name was going to appear first because it was contractual actually.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I thought my name was gonna be there, but it wasn't. Just like,
But I thought Warwick was the main Ewok. He should have been first.
yeah.
But.
Oh, that's
in a major motion picture already too, right?
that was the same. That's Pam Griz playing Mama Ewok, and that's funny. That's not Warwick. Now it's Warwick.
Yeah, you could tell when it's not Warwick because the way Warwick walks differently.
Oh yeah.
And
completely differently.
remember that was Margarita who did that. She jumped in
Yeah.
The Wicket costume on the swing.
Yes. You can say what you want. Is it a stunt double or is it a photo double?
So was
Yeah.
this shot in Redwood just like Jedi was?
No,
It was
Jedi-
shot on George's property. We're looking at Lucas Ranch.
Actually, that shots
Oh,
you're
wow.
looking at right now are in Roy's Redwoods preserve.
Oh, Roy's
preserve.
Redwoods, yeah.
Yeah. That was where we were there for but we were at Skywalker Ranch. You're right, for a lot of
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, this is Dan Frischman here doing this, and Warwick.
Remember we took the ride all the way up there? Did you go up to the top of the mountain there too, or?
I don't think I did. This was a lot of the first week. First week they had me there. It's funny, I had 3 other jobs that week, but I was contracted for the 8 weeks that we did. So it's like, no, I had to turn those down. And then I sat in my hotel room. That was it. Just one of those things. Hey, still being paid. You got a job.
I got a little bit of that on the second movie. They paid me for
Yeah.
a week to just sit in a hotel room, and I only filmed 1 day.
Mhm.
Could be worse.
Oh, you get a week. Zingo.
Thanks for the hotel room.
Yeah, thanks for the hotel room. And that's the blue screen.
The coloring is just so.
It's really,
it's
really
amazing.
pretty. It's made for a feature. It's not made for a TV show. And it was shot
Yeah.
in a it was released as a feature in other countries.
Everywhere but America and Canada. Even in
Right.
Mexico. My stepmother saw it in the theater in Mexico.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah. So we were cheated here.
No, actually we got a residual for that. So that was actually all
did.
right.
Yeah, that was great, wasn't that? 150%.
It was okay. Yeah. So that did okay. It was funny. Debbie and Tony really had a great bond. So playing brothers, the two of them, it was really fun. And they used to just really love to just needle you too, Eric, didn't they?
Yeah, they well.
Debbie
I'm an
Debbie was
easy
a
target.
yeah. Debbie though was she was quite a spitfire. If you haven't met her, she was quite a spitfire.
She was dating that stormtrooper, I think. Remember? Her boyfriend.
Then
was
she
one of
was dating the
stormtroopers.
stunt guy. Yeah, she was dating him. Then she dropped him, and then started dating another stunt guy that she met and kept. They kept a relationship up until she passed away, but they never married.
That's a shame because I was supposed to. A friend of mine had ran into her, and I was supposed to contact her, and I
Mhm.
wish I had because then I heard she passed away shortly after that.
Yeah, I didn't realize
Bummer.
she was that ill. I had seen her earlier, and she was on. Just this is one of those things. She had suffered from a lung breathing problems for. You remember that cough that she would have?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just constantly on that. This is great. Is this which redwoods was this then?
Well, most of it was in Roy's Redwoods, up in that same area. I actually recently went there and did like a Facebook video, and I took my wife there, and it's on my YouTube or on my Facebook. Yeah, it's really easy. It's real accessible. It's easy to get there, and it's real close to. It's only 10 minutes away from Skywalker Ranch, so
Oh, okay.
it's right by there.
Yeah, I did a trip back up to the where we shot Jedi.
Up there by Crescent City.
Crescent City, Smith River.
Right.
Went into Brookings, revisited the motel that we were at.
Boy, you guys had some great times on Jedi.
Yeah.
Saturday nights.
Well, there was.
I'm just joking. I'm just messing with you guys.
I was tired. We played a lot of basketball. I was doing a lot of those other guys were just sitting around all day just for the big scenes, but I was beat up. I'd go home and have a beer and then be about that's
Yeah,
it.
you were very active. You playing Chukatrock, you definitely weren't active.
No, I'm saying on Jedi.
Okay.
The eyeballs were added in by were they added in with the Wheat Brothers, but now they're added in with everything. We didn't have the eyeballs in, and now they're also in Jedi.
Yeah, well, yeah, the Wheat Brothers also, remember they gave you guys on the second one, Wicket's mouth was moving more. Remember?
Yes, he kept doing his tongue out, and he was learning English.
So we know these are shit.
Oh, here comes
Pardon?
trouble.
He's got Tony. She does look like Shirley Temple.
Yeah.
Remember, she had straight hair, so they would curl her hair. She didn't have curly hair. Yeah, all night long she had to sit there and have those curling stuff in her hair.
That'd get
Old
really quick.
I know,
especially being that young.
Definitely.
And when
they love this scene. Photo double. It's hard to walk with that thing, just even with the photo double in that Ewok outfit.
No, I know it is. When that blaster went off, we were inside Cookie Bay at that time for the interior of the spaceship, and I remember that squib, the sparks went off and went inside my boot and started burning my sock at that time.
Oh, my biscuits are burning.
Yeah.
There's snakes in my boots. Lost Spencer for a second. Looks like he's returning, hopefully with better internet connection. Ooh.
Oh, they love that scene.
Did they manhandle you while they were carrying you around?
No, it was more like this kid's fat. He needs to lose some weight.
It was bad mouth.
I
Well,
could
that's
hear
that. That's
Tony,
Tony.
screaming, "I can't lift him. He's too heavy." They almost dropped me a couple
Oh,
times.
I'm surprised they didn't.
Yeah, me too.
This is on a pretty hot set, isn't it? This is on stage. So you've got all these light. We teased Eric mercifully. Food, food, eat, eat.
Yeah, those great lyrics.
We
right?
teased you the whole movie.
Oh God, I hated that.
Food, food, eat, eat.
Especially later when it's a monster or something real big. Where is it? No, wait until it gets that. I hated that song. I hated those dialogue.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, sorry guys, I'm jumping ahead.
So the parents didn't look for them that hard if they were easy to find by the Ewoks, right?
Well, the Goroks got him. So
But weren't
Where
they
were
right
you?
beside that ship?
They were looking and they were too loud, and the Gorax found them.
Right.
But it takes 20 minutes for us to get from where we're at to find the Gorax castle. Well, at least 20 minutes. So Gorax covers some good ground.
yeah.
A lot of people claim that that it was Pam Griz playing Mama Ewok, but a lot of other Ewoks are saying, "Well, no, they wanted me," but she did a great job. I don't remember that at all. I remember
Pam was
her
great.
her being
Yeah.
I remember her being the first pick. So
Yeah.
I don't remember anybody else. But nowadays, different people are saying different things. It's funny of how time changes history.
Right.
It does, and you get a lot of because remember sometimes when they had the extras, they would bring kids on the set. So suddenly all the kids are claiming they were some of the main Ewoks, and they weren't. So
Mhm.
yeah, my kid
Yes.
played Wicket. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not gonna
There's a couple of people who are saying that they played Wicket, and Warwick played Wicket.
The only time I remember was just I know Margarita doubled for Warwick a couple times, and Nikki was doing stunts or something like that, right?
I don't remember the stunt. I don't remember the stunt that I know Nikki has said that, but I don't remember the stunt that happens. I don't know.
Well,
It could have
I don't
happened.
want to. I don't want to jump ahead either. That's
next week. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, nobody could
'Cause
play
Warwick-
Warwick, just like nobody
Warwick
could play
was-
Chuka Trock too either.
Yeah. And I love this one. These two going at it. Debbie and Dan. It's just it's two boys just wrestling around. They had a fun time doing that one.
So how far apart were the productions themselves for the two different movies?
A year.
A single
They
year?
did start a month earlier on the second one.
Oh, okay.
But the first day of photography on Caravan of Courage was June 11th, and I think they moved it up 1 month earlier. I actually have every single call sheet, Kevin. from
Wow.
the first one. Yep, my dad
I
kept
would
all
lo-
that stuff for me.
Wow.
I should have, but I didn't.
Well, I'll make you a copy of them.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Yeah. Even the one where George Lucas's name was on it when he directed the reshoot. It was only on there one
I don't know
day.
if I was there that day.
Yeah. It only lasted one day. And then
Yeah.
John Cordy's name came back. Someone got in trouble for it.
Ah. These are the only two movies that Sindel did, right? Aubrey Miller never did anything else.
Well, she was mainly a print actor, like a model.
Ah, okay. I see.
But she did get an agent, Kevin. And she was going to try to do some stuff.
Uh-huh.
And her family came down here. And Wilfred took such a liking to Aubrey that he offered her a part in that TV show he was doing at the time, Our House or whatever it was. But her
Wilfred.
Her parents turned it down, though. Wouldn't let her do
Oh,
a
gosh,
weekly series.
Wow, that was 3 years. That would have been. That was with Charmed. Oh, what's her name? She was in Charmed. The first one, the Fruit Witch.
Shannon Doherty.
Shannon Doherty. Yeah, she was in that.
Yeah.
I like how Dan marches.
You're muted, Spencer, if you're trying to talk to us.
Oh, okay. That
There you go.
explains a lot. Ah,
I
modern
just saw your
technology.
lips moving right now. I didn't realize if you had been saying things before.
Yeah.
We were just noticing that you were having
Boy.
difficulties a little while.
So Eric, yeah, it happens. Eric, we have a question for you. What was the hardest part about making this movie and playing Mace?
Probably just the fact that it was a very physical role. I had to work every single day. I was the only actor that was actually on set every single day. I didn't have one day off work on the first one. So I wasn't in the hotel. In fact, the last day of filming, I was the only actor there. They were doing the underwater scenes, which are coming up with the Magic Pond. So the fact that it was a very physical role, and I even had to do training to get into shape. I lost, they asked me to lose 35 pounds. I lost 30 pounds to do the role of Mace because I was like a chubby kid. I always had a weight problem.
And the Ewok still complain.
Wow. It's amazing that they, even to talk about today about having people, lose weight on, for roles and all that. But to say that to a child, like, wow.
Well, I think Louis B. Mayer used to say that to his. I wanted to said that to quite a few different actresses, child actresses, and said, "You're kind of fat."
Oh,
I
So,
didn't have a problem with it. I was happy to do it.
well, yeah.
So that I stay caught up with you guys. What scene are you guys on again?
You're in the hut.
We're in the hut with
21, 20-ish.
she's getting the medicine ready.
Oh, they already did where I stuck my hand in the tree.
Yeah, with the
Yeah, that's
puppet.
already happened.
Yeah, that scene was directed by George Lucas. That was a scene he rewrote because they cut the flower scene out of it.
Right, and the flower scene, Warwick still has it up by in his backyard.
Oh, really?
The flower scene,
The gulping
thing
flower, yeah.
Yeah, he
That's
still has
cool.
that because he used to take that when Tracy would come up and visit me
Uh-huh.
because we were dating at the time. She would come up and visit for like a long weekend.
Uh-huh.
She remembers being out at the pool and Warwick would be out there with that little flower and taking it up to different people. And when we saw him when we were in London, he goes, "Wow, I don't remember that, but I do have that flower." So it's funny. It's things that we remember that other people don't.
Yeah, I have pictures from that scene, and I think Steve Sansweet, who does a lot of stuff, he has in his book, he actually talks about that deleted scene.
Mm.
So we had a question for you again, Eric. Was it a faux pas on the direction, but the injury that you had on your hand seemed to switch hands?
Well, that's because in the scene that was cut out, I stuck the correct hand into the flower.
Gotcha.
That's what caused the mistake, and the continuity mistake. It was a bad mistake. When George reshot that scene, they didn't tell me which hand to use, so I just used the different hand. It's the biggest continuity mistake in the movie.
Right. And no ferrets were hurt in making this movie, correct?
No, in fact, if you really pay attention, you might be able to see it, but there's supposed to be something that looks like a little bit like a AT-ST walker on the table there. Because
Oh, wow.
these movies were originally supposed to take place after Return of the Jedi, and Tom Smith even talked about it in the old Bantha tracks, the old fan club magazine, about how these take place like way after Return of the Jedi. But then some guy wrote a book and put Sindel in it, so they changed the timeline.
Right.
So technically, canon-wise, it's a prequel, even though it was shot afterwards.
Well, I mean, they changed it because the guy wrote that book and put Sindel's character as a reporter on
Right.
Coruscant. So that person who wrote that book, I forgot, Black Fleet Crisis. I don't remember which the book is. Because of that, she's a reporter on Coruscant,
Oh,
and as an adult. So, but originally, we even interviewed Tom, and Tom told us on the making of that these take place like 100, 150 years after Return of the Jedi, and he made some sort of comment about how Ewoks live long lives, and Warwick's a teenager, but he's around 200 years old. Wicket was around 200 years old.
Oh, wow.
much like I guess Yoda,
Yep. Or Wookiees.
Chewie even.
Yeah.
Chewie. Yeah.
So you alluded earlier that this was supposed to be a trilogy. What was the reason why it only went to 2?
I don't know why they only did 2. I mean, I know that I originally, in my contract, I was signed to do, I signed the original contract, and I had the option to do 2 more movies. So I think they originally were going to do a trilogy of the movie, and I had heard that the Ewoks 3 script was actually, the first draft was written, but they just didn't do it. I don't know why they didn't do it.
Gotcha.
Could have been timing, could have been they got too busy and just decided not to do it. But I know there is a script for the 3rd Ewok movie out there.
I know they weren't happy that even though Battle for Endor, some will say is a much more action-packed movie than Caravan of Courage, and is on par. The ratings for Battle for Endor were not as well received as Caravan of Courage.
Oh yeah, they got blasted. I remember
Caravan of Courage
review.
was the third highest rated movie for the year, TV movie for the year.
Wow.
Battle for Endor, I don't even know if they made 3rd place for the time slot.
Yeah, no, I mean they got blasted. I remember reading reviews at the time, and a lot of the critics were upset that they killed the family off. They said, "Why would you sit there and set up an entire movie with these people and then just kill your entire audience?" They just didn't believe having. Although Aubrey Miller did a brilliant job. I don't want to talk about the second one. We're talking about the first one, but you're right. It didn't do as well. Yeah. And
But there was a lot of action.
I actually, even though I die, I like Battle for Endor more than Caravan of Courage.
I actually do too.
Yeah.
I actually do too. You know.
And I think
We
a
have
lot of it has to do with the Joe Johnston, I think, because he was so heavily involved in making the thing more even. So
We need some Ewok dentists up in here. That's all I'm saying.
We do. Or orthodontist.
Yeah, that's it. That would better term.
and it's Aubrey Miller's voice isn't in this movie, the first one. It's not her voice.
Really?
She couldn't do that shot. There's a shot there right before I set the fire. I could tell that's a photo double. That's Bianca
Huh.
Rose.
Oh, okay.
But no, she couldn't handle the looping. They called her in to do it. She couldn't do it on the first one. So that's not her voice the entire first movie. That's an actress named Tiffany Brissett. And later
Wow.
she did a show called Small Wonder. She was the robot.
Oh, yes. She was the robot.
Yeah, that's her voice in the
Wow.
first movie. Yeah.
Some good trivia.
Yeah, we had quite a few matte shots on this. A lot of VistaVision cameras on this.
Yep. 100. I think they said it had as many shots as the first Star Trek motion picture. It was like 150 matte shots total.
Wow.
Then you're able to get Phil Tippett in here to do the
Last stop motion for
what's his character called that's coming up?
That's the pet of the Gorak's pet, the pet
Right.
Bora. Yeah. I think the script just said the pet Bora. It's
Bora,
a Gorax.
that's right.
Yeah, it's the pet of the Gorax. It's like the
Right,
the
it's Bora.
Gorax's dog or something.
Right. What they said was also that all the different traps that we had for on Return of the Jedi to get the stormtroopers were because of to fight the Gorax.
Wow.
That's why we are ready for them with the ATSTs and things like that.
That would make sense.
They shot all these night scenes in the daytime, and they just darkened the film too. So
Yeah, because they can't work. You can't work past a certain time.
that's correct. And it was worse. Warwick Davis and I we could work a little longer, but Aubrey, because she was only 4, she could only work 2 hours a day. So
Oh wow.
Yeah, 2 hours of school, 2 hours of work.
Yep.
And then
Yeah.
were you 9.5 or 8.5
On what?
on this show? 8.5 hours?
About
9.5
8,
hours.
I think it was 8 or 8.5, something like that.
Because you were how old? You were how old?
I was a teenager. I was 14 when we did this movie.
Oh, so you got 9.5.
Yeah.
You got to do 9.5.
probably.
Yeah, counting lunch. You forget that. That's counting lunch.
Oh, okay.
So it's
There you
8.5, but so that's why they always do a half-hour lunch, then do a half-hour school for you guys.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
the school only lasted like
Yeah, this is the
a week or
this
two.
this is the stop motion.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Oh, hold the redwood. Hold the redwood. Oh no, you forgot the gun.
I hated this scene too. My acting.
Really?
Well, I think I'm overacting
Huh.
in this.
Well, you got a big old paw coming at you.
Yeah.
Ooh. Rah, rah. I got a cat that is just hollering at me. I'm not paying attention to her. So she was doing the sound effects for the
There you go.
for the puppet.
I love where all the commercial break gaps fall in. You can obviously tell it was on TV.
Yeah.
That I could say I do look like that when I'm waking up.
Things never change.
Yep.
Here we go.
Some of this is on blue screen. Yeah.
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 Fighting with stop motion creatures. That's pretty
Right. So you're fighting basically your imagination.
Yeah. We
Trying to match up with the other guy.
Right, exactly.
I mean, nowadays on The Mandalorian, you know, they get to see everything. They really feel like they're on a
They have
spaceship.
amazing technology on that.
Yeah.
set.
Yeah,
Yeah. We had
There
to
was-
pretend like everything was there.
there was
yeah.
nothing there.
You guys didn't even have some like a tennis ball on a stick.
I don't think they did. No.
They
It was
didn't.
before that.
We just had to do it. We had to pretend like it was there. For later, when it comes up, when it gets into the Wisty scene with Queen Izarina, they did have a
All
light.
right.
They had a light that they were throwing around.
Oof. That was a good one. Go get him, Warwick.
Yeah, work to the rescue.
Oh, Dan, run, Dan, run, Dan, run, run, Dan.
ILM main stage.
So far, one of my only complaints is that it seems like they didn't do a lot of upkeep on those Ewok costumes, especially when you see it in higher res nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They seem a little dusty to begin with, or matted.
yeah. So we have meat tonight. We're gonna have a big old barbecue. You ever wonder what we did with those dead stormtroopers?
You played
You wonder what
Bongo
the
when they're
rebels
coming
were
into that
eating
bit.
when we were having that big celebration with them at the end of the movie?
To serve man.
That's not my hand. Photo double.
Ah,
They had to send him home. He had worked too long already.
Yep.
He had run out of time.
My photo double. His name was Corbin Quinn. I remember his name even.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you remember the stunt coordinator's name?
Mike Cassidy.
Mike Cassidy. Oh.
Yeah.
His son became a stunt double for Macaulay Culkin.
oh wow.
Cool.
Yeah. And now he's he's now close to 40 years old now, but he works quite a bit. His son, Mickey.
George directed this scene where Aubrey and I were talking about the life monitor. And I remember I looked down at George and he was smiling back at me because I was above him in that hut. And I looked down and he was smiling and I broke character. And he goes, "Why are you laughing?" And I said, "Because you kind of remind me of an Ewok." Because he had that beard.
Yeah, exactly. Signature beard.
Furry Ewok face.
I was sick. They sent me home at the end of the day in this scene where when I'm talking to Shoto here. They sent me home and I got the first time I ever got a shot, and then I was better the next day. And I said, "Why can't I get shots more often when I'm sick?" They sent me to some doctor and they gave me penicillin. I was fine the next day. And John Cordy came up to me. "Oh, I'm so happy you're here. You don't know how much money it would have cost us if you were sick and you couldn't come to work." Hey, Kevin, did they use a different low gray outfit? Because this low gray looks a little different.
Yeah, it looks completely different.
It
Low
looks-
gray. Mike Edmonds is white.
Right. This looks more like Tebow or whatever that other character
It does.
is.
It looks just like Tebow,
Yeah.
but it's not Tebow, and it's also Bobby Bell.
It's Bobby Bell, yes.
It's Bobby Bell who plays this. Is about a foot shorter. He's only
Same.
like 3'6", where
Different build.
Mike Edmonds is 4'4", 4'5", and Bobby Bell's about 3'10". He's about 3'10". He would later on become Billy Barty's stunt double for like Masters of the Universe.
Oh wow.
Also was his accountant.
Yeah, because low gray looks so different here. It doesn't even look the same.
No, he looks more like you said, Tebow.
Yeah.
But
I hate
they
this
didn't want
scene.
they they didn't want anybody. They didn't like anybody in that. I guess they weren't going to call Mike back for this 2 weeks,
Right.
and they this right here is quite for the time is quite incredible effect.
Oh, it was a great effect.
Yeah. Remember, this is 84.
Yeah, it's pretty seamless. The effect and the music are great in the scene. My
Mhm.
acting, you could leave it. It looks like a monster or something real big. If you don't help them, they're gonna die. The rest of it, the scene is good. I just hate that other part of it.
Bobby Bell is hard of hearing, so it's with that mask on. You would tell him some direction, and he couldn't hear it, and so you'd have to yell at him, and then he'd get mad at you because you're yelling at him.
Yeah, it's really amazing the acting. Warwick was so in tune as Wicked. Even he comes up over here and he hugs Sindel and I, and he's very, trying to make us feel better. What a great job he did.
Like Dan too. Dan here is sitting going, I gotta go on this stupid quest. Somebody's gonna get killed for these stupid kids. Well, yep.
Yep,
I guess I'll do it. Yeah.
Oh,
Godax.
time to take the walk to Mordor.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, we had a lot of people talk about that, how similar this movie was. Yeah, Pam did a great job too here. That
Realizing
showed-
as
Yeah, it's very emotional. Her family's leaving. Yeah.
because she only worked about a week too. This was that week that I was just hanging out in my dressing room. I mean, my hotel. When do I work? When do I work?
Well, that's a scary looking baby right there.
And I realized, wow, off days are great.
What was the name of that? The baby was what? Wendy? What was the name of the baby? I think it was. I think the baby was named Wendy.
Wendy.
It's a female.
I couldn't tell you. I'm sorry. What I like is that Dan didn't even have children. He married someone after this, and he's as a stepfather, and I know his stepchildren, and his stepchildren love him as a father. But at this time, he didn't have any children. But he really played this as a father who cared for his children. It was nice.
This scene right here, where Mace is with the matte painting, Joe Johnston directed that scene. Where I'm sitting there talking
Really?
about that. I remember, yeah. He set that shot up with the VistaVision camera. I remember.
Those are the neatest cameras. They're sideways. They shoot this way. They don't, like normal camera. It's up here and it shoots, and the film goes through like this and goes back up.
Mm-hmm.
These shoot this way, and they make the film shoot like this. It threads completely different. I mean, you don't need them now, digital and everything, but it was really amazing camera to look at. That I've never seen another camera that looks anything like it.
Is that the same hat Logray's wearing?
I forget. I don't know if it almost looks like, well, Tebow's is more of have to look back at it. I think that is the same hat that Logray wears.
Different color.
And Tebow's got more of something with a mouth on it.
Ah,
So they saying this is before or after Jedi?
Well, I mean, technically,
Eric.
everybody's. Well, I mean, the producer told us it was after, but that guy wrote that book later after we made the movies,
mhm.
and said it put it in between A New Hope and Empire. So I think that ended up sticking. So everybody says it's between A New Hope and Empire now because the Sindul's in that book where it says it's in that time frame. But I know for a fact, and we could prove it. It's actually provable because if you go back and get the Bantha tracks, the fan club magazine, Tom Smith did an interview and he says it takes place after Jedi in that interview.
Hmm.
Tom Smith actually says it. So, for years, everybody thought, oh, well, you don't know what you're talking about. And then, well, he told us that and it's in an interview. So,
Did anybody make fun of you getting a rock like the Peanuts thing?
the only person that
Charlie Brown?
Yeah.
Probably on Halloween.
Not really. I mean, I remember I'm talking about this being a stupid rock, and then I later throw it down. This scene was directed by George during the reshoot, and he had Amanda there, his daughter, that day. And every time I throw the rock down, she would say, "Why are you throwing a rock down? Why is it a stupid rock, Eric?" And she would like speak as we're filming. And we just kind of ignored it, like with this part coming up here where he throws the rock away. That was during the reshoot. And then Wicket picks it up. But George didn't yell cut or anything. We just did the scene.
They took it out in post.
Oh.
Are these space horses related to the space horses in Rise of Skywalker? Only smaller?
Yeah. Space ponies.
There you go.
Space ponies.
More accurate.
Yeah. Where's my horse?
Well, that one's a regular size horse, so
Yeah. Well, that's pack mule.
yeah.
That's a pack horse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a, when you really think about it, there's a lot of, for a TV movie, there's a lot of matte paintings in this. And those aren't cheap.
They're
Yeah, that was
not,
the-
and
Feature film thing, right?
well, they weren't thinking it was going to be a feature film then. The reason why they ended up releasing it theatrically was because the movie went over budget by like $1 million or something. And, to get their money back, they released it theatrically. And it did very well overseas in a couple countries. Like it was it was the third highest grossing movie of the year in France. It was #1 in a lot of countries, this movie.
Wow.
It made like almost $100 million overseas.
So it did okay.
It did okay. It did okay. And remember, they had all those cameras. They had like 13 cameras taking all those shots.
He's got a Mitchell. He's got a couple of Eclairs. He brought out his whole collection.
Huh.
He's got a couple of course, he's got Panavisions.
Yeah. Yeah, the first Ewok movie, John Cordy was the director of photography, even though he directed it. And Kim Marks was also operating one camera. He's a camera operator. You remember Kim Marks?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Kim was the operator. Dark-haired guy.
Yeah, he was one of the operators. And then John operated the second camera.
Right. He was B camera operator.
Right. And because they had two cameras.
And Kim was the DP.
No, John got credit as the DP.
Really?
Cam only got credit as the camera operator. If you watch the credits, it says
Wait a
director of
minute. Who?
photography.
What about Izzy?
Izzy is he only on this movie he only did the Gorak scenes. He
Oh,
didn't
okay.
come on board until the second movie.
The second movie came in. Yeah.
But he did the Gorak scenes.
Oh, here's me.
There you go.
I just realized. Oh, Gretchen knows.
You're the one that grabbed his nose?
Yeah, I grabbed his nose. That's me with the X.
Cut down that.
Fell-
giant tree
Fell a
that-
pretty big tree with that little
Yeah,
axe.
so, poof. Oh, the. Dan started talking to me in Ewokese. I'm going, dude, they're gonna loop our voices. Little things like this tooth actually are really tough to feel in the gloves.
I would imagine.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do this. Oh, tough guy.
Are you actually making the voices, the grunts?
No, we were looped later on. They used local actors from San Francisco. They didn't want to bring us up.
Were you
They
doing?
did.
Pretty
They
good
did.
with that.
They did taste. They did the test. Warwick. They let him try out for Wicked's voice, but they didn't.
Yeah.
use him.
So if they weren't going to use Warwick's, they weren't going to use any of ours.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. Yeah. I look underneath the bed. I mean, the boogeyman looks underneath the bed to see if Chukatruck is there.
He loves that kid's nose.
Yep, that's what I do. It's really tough to find his nose in that outfit.
Copycat you.
I start walking, and then I get a dog, then I get a horse. Oh, you see that? Everybody's copying me.
Doing your walk. Yeah.
Yep.
So you'd think that the Ewoks would have picked up some of the Empire's tech at this point, a little bit.
Well, this
Not the
was
Empire, but the
before.
Rebels.
Yeah.
Well, then it was retcon to be before, right?
Yeah, it all depends on if it's before or after. Yeah. Walking on this hill is actually even tough walking in the outfit.
It's pretty steep.
All
Yeah,
the,
it's pretty steep. Yeah. Walking through the rocks and things. Yeah, you got to figure it out. I like this. I realized, oh, I almost tripped there. My wife
Mhm.
pointed that one out. And then there's another one. I'll look at, find a rock and say, okay, I'm going to sit down. This is a long scene, so I'm going to sit.
Besides that, you can't see after 10 seconds anyway. You're blind.
No, he can't. He can't. It all just fogs up.
Hmm.
These handoff shots are actually really tough. It's funny because it just looks so easy. They make it look so easy, but it's they cannot. No one can see anything.
Just trying to make sure you're in the right place.
You guys practice the handoffs?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then you'll practice the handoff, in rehearsal, and then all of a sudden, even if you're just like just a little bit off, because in a normal rehearsal, you're never right on your mark. You try to be,
Right.
and then you go back, and it's like, oh shoot, you're just off just that bit. So it can be, and then focus is just right on where you're supposed to be.
So
So
can
if
they
you,
do-
and
They could do a shot like that since they're doing a close up of the actual
Right.
do it without the helmet,
that.
without the head on or something. so you
Right,
can
exactly.
Actually see what you're doing.
Right, exactly.
All right.
All right. Our crew is complete. If she decides
They got
she's
the
coming.
band back together.
And I got a horse. That's what I like. You know, Kate gave me a horse.
Riding high.
Eric didn't get a horse. Mace did not get the horse.
Nope.
I got the horse.
You got a cool axe though.
Well, yeah, I do. Yeah. Axeman cometh.
So Eric has one as well. So
Yeah, he's not as cool as mine. But he's always one of these kids who are getting into trouble all the time. He should be over trying to help us. Is he building a fire? You know, is he doing anything? We're trying to save his parents. He's out playing in the water. But you know, he's not. This is the scene that he was talking about that where he goes, where'd he go? This was the last scene that he was saying it was in a tank, in a water tank that he's doing.
right.
And he's trying to find out that this is all on screen with on stage doing this whole thing. I just have this trusty rope.
Whoops.
Well, come on, guys. Any day now. Trying to get this dang rope. Okay, how can I see this? Boom. Hey, how'd that happen? Crazy water. What the heck?
Magic water is the worst.
Magic water, you know. Agua dulce is okay, but you know, magic water. Sweetwater, Texas, you know, kind of okay. Whoa. Oh my goodness. It's eating everything. It's like piranhas are in there.
I'm surprised it didn't pull the guy
Pull
with the
what?
rope
We
on the
did, yeah. It could have just could have pulled the rope right in, could have pulled the stick right in, but it just disappeared it. But it needs the magic stick. Come on, Warwick, you can do it. There it is.
All those tchotchkes got their purpose.
Oh. Now we got a wet Eric. Well, it's tough because now you got to dry them off and do it again. Well, 1 minute I'm there, and then 1 minute I'm there.
You do with what you are given.
Yeah. Warwick saves the day again. This movie could be Warwick saves the day. But then again, Warwick's playing on the tree. Where are we going?
Got things to do.
Kids are kids. Kids are kids. Everyone's happy now.
Ooh. Oh no.
Nice job,
Well,
Wicked.
oh no. Wicket, what did you do? What did you do, Wicket? Oh,
That jump, that was
yes.
impressive.
It's somebody has to save the day.
Exactly.
Way
Exactly.
to go, Chuka.
Oh,
You want to try it. Does anybody, how many people ride a horse here? How many
I've
ride
been
a
at the
horse
horse
blindfolded?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the eyes are up the top of my head.
uh-huh. That horse has little legs too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Try and the pony used to love to. Remember, the pony used to love to drive me right into the tree.
Yeah, they're evil.
They were not. Ponies are they got a mind of their own. They're not horses. They're ponies, and they like that. The ponies are a little gnarly.
Mm.
Yeah.
And
Did they actually? Did you do that, or did they have a stunt person?
I
do
did
that?
most of it, and then the
Okay.
stunt guy just had that little bit at the very end.
Okay.
And came in, did that. Mike thought that it would be
I have that piece
better
of wood.
that. Yeah.
That piece of wood that he's chomping on right there. I actually
Uh-huh.
have that. They let me take
Huh.
it. He thought it would be better if that guy did it. Okay.
Yeah, well, it was a girl actually, and he had already hired her. I was like, I can do it, and he had said, well, we already hired her, so we're gonna go with her, and it was like, I wanted to do it, and so it's one of those things. Yeah, photo
Yeah.
double. That was a stunt double, but I did most of that. All that writing was me, but the catching of the horse was the stunt double.
Well, that one shot coming up here.
One
later
shot,
is
yeah.
Mike Cassidy did one shot for me too. Even.
Oh, the jumping of on the axe.
Well, no, you guys did that, and I did fly in the air, but they didn't use it. It comes up. But where he crashes into the cage, that part's Mike.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they didn't want me to miss. What if I missed?
Right. Yeah.
Missed the cage.
Yeah. Well, Mike wanted to get in the movie too.
He did.
Yeah.
He gave me hazard pay for that when you guys did
that's
that thing.
good.
Yeah.
This was actually a very cutting edge scene of special effects. These little fairies,
Tinkerbells.
very cutting edge because each cell was
Then they
drawn
stole them
in.
and put them in Willow after that. So
Yeah. Well, it's like we got a really good
Mountains.
thing. Well,
Oh, that was
Weasties, yeah.
we have a question. This one's for Kevin. What was the main difference between playing Chubre and Junka?
Chuka Truck.
Yeah.
I had my own dressing room. With Chubre, I shared a big trailer with 11 guys. Didn't have my own wardrobe person at all. With Chuka Truck, I had a Winnebago.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a big difference. I had a name. We saw the script. It was just a few extras, but I was still the tough Ewok. Chubre, stormtroopers fear my name. But Chukatrak, had Chukatrak been in the Battle of Endor, it would have been over we would have had a much shorter movie.
That's true.
It just would have been that. But it was nice to be able to bring an arc to a character, whereas Chubre, I was just doing stunts. And I also played, I always say 5, but I'm probably more like 9 different Ewoks in the battle. Because I'm in too many different places at one time.
All the different areas.
All the different areas. There's one bit like when we did the shot, I said, that's me, that's me,
Yeah.
that's me, that's me,
remember that.
that's me. And so it's like, and it can't all be Chubre.
Right.
But if it was Chukatrak, it would have been.
Because he's that badass.
He's that badass.
Well, yeah, he look at how Mace reacted to him. So he was a brat.
Is that like fairy nip, that candle?
Exactly. It's very nip.
None of this is here except for one light that they kept swinging around. Remember
Yeah.
that little light that they kept swinging around?
Right. That was it. That was one light. And now that it's like, let's put the candle in dry grass
Yeah, right. Like if
by
it
a
falls over,
4-year-old.
Smoke them out.
Mrs. O'Leary's lantern.
Yeah.
Or cow.
to start the Chicago fire.
This is actually Cookie Bay, I think.
Yes, it
They
is.
dressed it up, yeah.
Cookie Bay was warm because there was no air conditioning. Used to be a cookie factory, a Cookie Bay.
So it was like a sound stage, but like repurposed building.
Right.
And it was small. It wasn't big like the main stage.
No,
Yeah.
no.
And that's when I met Ron Howard when he was doing test shots at ILM. Do you
Oh, wow.
remember when
Or a
Ron
cocoon.
Howard, yeah, he was
For a
doing
cocoon.
yeah.
More cutting edge technology being used.
I actually have another question. This one's for Eric. What are your fondest moments playing Mace in these movies?
Probably when he grows as a human being and realizes that the Ewoks are good. He changes. He was even worse than it turned out in this movie. There were
Mhm.
other scenes where he was acting even more like a jerk that they
Like
cut
a
out.
13-year-old kid.
I'm glad they cut those out. There was even more scenes that were terrible. He was really treating him bad.
Really?
And of course, I'm a method actor, so
Cool.
More matte paintings.
yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're beautiful.
We're now in Arizona.
Well, yeah, that's Skywalker Ranch, yeah. And this is inside Cookie Bay again. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it was hot in there. We were sweating like
oh,
unbelievable.
it was, yeah, it wasn't fun. Well, putting on the outfit isn't, it was just one of those things. It is what it is. And it's not the worst outfit I've had.
Nowadays, they probably have a lot more elaborate systems to allow cooling and things, like have like some sort of pumped in cold water.
It all depends on the budget.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Sometimes you'll have a cool suit
Right.
that have been made, like something like in the water one, with the creature character, the love story of the creature, the water.
Oh yeah. Del Toro, Benicio del,
Yeah, exactly.
Del Toro's movie. I can't think of the name right now. Anyways, that's yeah. So like, was that Doug Jones in that suit?
Yes,
I'm not. Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
He's an amazing creature actor.
Mhm.
Oh no, Wicked's gonna squish it.
I don't know if you knew this, Kevin, but John Cordy's company did that animation.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
Kept his guys working. That's always good. You always want to keep your employees working. That's a good employer.
So this scene, was there a light going around at all, or either you guys just rolling around?
They did have a light that would like move around, and they had it on
Like
a
on
string.
a fishing pole.
Yes, and they would move it around. Yeah, but for the most part, we just had to pretend like it was here. And they said, "Oh, it's over here. It's over there. Look at this way. Look that way."
There's a
No.
special effects guy doing that.
I'm thinking in that case it would help for some of the lighting that you got on that actually was cast on you guys.
Yes, yes, that did help
like
with
that.
some of that.
Yeah.
You're right.
Nowadays they'd be able to replicate it a lot easier and just map it onto you guys, but back then it
Sure.
would have to be practical.
This scene was done somewhere in the Bay Area.
Yeah, it was.
There's
It was actually still in San Rafael. It's a rock quarry. Yeah.
Yeah,
It looks like a dry lake bed.
Yeah.
yeah.
If you
It
look
was
at
hot. It was hot.
It was. Yeah. It was summer. Yeah. It was summer.
It was hot out there. Killer hot.
So what's that little thing that they're traveling in made out of? It looks like it's all some kind of weird fur. Or was that
No,
supposed to be
It's
some of the
kind of
fiber?
like like something sort of like Native American, of like made out of like skins of something,
Hmm. Oh yeah,
skins and fur and
whatever they were hunting and eating.
right, exactly.
They actually got in there. It was a real hut. You know, it was.
Yeah, it was.
a Polga hut. They called it the Polga hut. Yeah.
That's it. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
We lived this one. You go that way. No, I go this way.
Hmm.
No, you go that way. I go this way. Always had fun working with Dan. I worked with him on a few different projects. He was a good guy. Or is still a good guy. Where's the rock? You know, the rock.
Yeah, man.
Dude, the rock. Where's the rock? I gave you the rock.
Yeah, the shot where you see just the blue sky in the background, that's actually on the parking lot at ILM.
Oh wow.
Oh, jeez. Stupid teenager.
Right.
I'll save you. Wicket saves the day.
Wicked's all about the rock.
It's all
He
it's
ha-
all
he
about
had
everything.
He had a lot of nice accessories. Look, he has that knife. Yeah.
Blow dart. Talk about he's like a regular G.I. Joe
Yeah.
or Barbie, because she's got all the good toys. All he needs is a pink Corvette. Warwick had his pink Corvette. That's the next movie.
Then it'd be sort of like Angeline here in LA.
That's it. Because we never see Angeline. She's perfect. She loved the mask.
Able to be more incognito.
Yeah. No, we don't see what she actually looks like.
Right. Well, she's always like when she had those billboards, it was, you know, dark glasses and all the makeup and everything.
Is that stop motion? How do they do that?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
stop motion. Yeah. Yeah. See, Chuka Truck said I could have my blaster back.
Yeah. Yeah, give him the blaster back. So I don't know how to use it. All I know how to use is an axe.
You seem a
I'll
little,
protect you.
you seem a little afraid of it there. It did the job though.
He's so tough. Look at that. Didn't even flinch when it blew. Testosterone galore.
Hmm.
I'll let you go on first. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Axe at the ready.
Yeah. But just getting over those dang rocks, bending down. That's
Yeah, trying to get through that
yeah,
little hole.
get through that little hole.
You don't still have that axe prop, do you, Kevin?
No, I didn't get it.
Oh.
remember, I gave it to Mace
Oh, that
at the end of the movie.
spoiler alert.
Oh, we don't have to say why.
That was a waste.
Did Eric keep it?
No, they wouldn't let us keep that stuff. I mean, I did get
No.
that one little stick I
Right.
was chomping on, but
That's
No,
nice.
we didn't get anything.
It's weird how, well, I guess it depends on the movie and or the status of the person trying to get the piece.
Well, it's also Lucas was really tight on his props at that time.
Hmm.
He
Yeah,
didn't want to. Yeah, he wasn't letting anything. He wasn't letting anything go.
He was a lot like forward thinking when it came to stuff like that, where previously had been like disposable kind of stuff.
Right. Who shoots a scene knowing that in about 10 years, 15 years, we'll have the technology so I can actually shoot this scene. But I'll shoot it with the actor at the right age.
Right. Yeah, he has a lot of
Yeah.
very
With
visionary.
that. Yeah.
Well, there was talk that he had like plans for something that was basically the volume, but didn't have the technology to be the volume they use on The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
So
well,
Well,
the
that's
first
why-
on the first movie they let us keep the scripts, but on the second movie we had to like sign something, and they wouldn't even let us keep the scripts. We had to like turn them in.
oh,
Mhm.
wow.
Yeah.
Where are we here? What is this? What could this be?
Some
That's a
freaky
nice
looking
matte
webbing.
Webbing. When we first see the giant spider that comes down, it's a marionette puppet.
Oh, here.
When it comes down, it completely disintegrates. First time we saw it. Before the puppet hits the ground, the first AD has the script and the shot sheets out saying, well, this is what we can shoot, and this is what we can shoot, and this. It was amazing. I'd never seen anything like that. This first AD, Toby, really knew what he was doing. He was tough, got everything going, but
Yeah, he was tough. I remember him.
yeah.
And his second AD was some guy named John, I think.
John, yes.
Sergio or whatever his name
Oh,
was.
wow,
Yeah.
yes. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
They sure did have a lot of faith in that spider web, though.
Yeah, we did.
I
And it
wouldn't be
wasn't
so
really
big to
sticky
walk
to
out
us. Yeah.
Freaky deaky.
Oh,
This is-
what's coming down?
Yeah. I just don't like to see the strings in this. So, everybody says, "Oh, it's webbing," but I could see the strings.
Oh yeah, you can see him like right on his head and
Yeah.
stuff.
Mhm. You didn't have the CGI effects to be able to take that out.
They
No.
could.
They do
Yeah, well,
now.
I was hoping they would have
Yeah,
took
they
them
should have
out.
went in and
Yeah,
released
you
them
could have taken it out now.
before they released them again.
Uh-huh.
I don't want them to mess with this. I don't want them to edit it or nothing. I like.
It's okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. Let's not like make a special edition, right? Sure.
Well, that's true. They could have let George back at it. Give him a project.
Come on, Deej. Come on, Deej. I gotcha. I know. I should just throw my axe at him. I should go out there and just kill the damn thing. Get some raid. Oh, geez. Here he comes again. All right, go ahead. Let's see.
Oh.
That's it. We don't have an exit plan now.
Well, we can't go back.
Yeah.
That way.
Oh. Sometimes, you just don't. You try and do something right, and it's wrong.
Another matte painting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This one.
Those weren't real stairs.
No, real stairs.
Couple of them. That's it.
Yeah.
those
I think
Couple.
about 2.
were- Oh, that is a
Actually,
freaky looking.
this scene wasn't
Right.
even in the script.
Yeah,
I
this came
remember
in later.
Warwick got upset because they weren't. He wasn't. He got upset, so they wrote the scene in for him, so he could save
'Cause
Sindel.
Eric saves the. I mean, Warwick saves the day again.
Yeah. Actually, it was a great idea.
He
I
should have
yeah.
pulled Yoda and beat him with his stick. He has that
Yeah.
stick.
I like
That he
that Tony is. Remember how Tony was of those ponies,
Yes.
riding the ponies. He was scared to death riding those damn ponies. He's like about a foot. He'd slipped off. He's holding on to the neck of the pony, and he's just going, "Help! Help! I'm gonna fall! I'm gonna fall!" He's literally 6 inches off the ground. But in the outfit, you don't know that.
Right,
And he's
yeah.
hanging on for dear life, yelling for anybody to help him with this horse. And we're like, Tony, just let go. Just let go. You've got 6 inches to fall. He's going, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna fall. He thought he was on a horse. He thought he was on Secretariat or something, but he was just on this little itty bitty pony.
He thought he was a few hands
Oh,
higher.
it was hilarious. Oh yeah. Hilarious. Then once he actually let go and fell, he realized, oh, what
Right
was
at
I
the
all
ground.
excited about?
Overreacting a little.
Yeah, it was. He was really overreacting. It was funny. It's hilarious, actually. Debbie, what do you find?
Something that guy wants.
These are
Yeah.
these are the shots that Izzy did. All the Gorak shots.
Oh, okay.
Kevin.
Yeah. And this is John Berg.
John Berg was the Gorax.
Yeah, was the Gorax.
That's a big actor.
It's just a great
Yeah.
great photographer.
Yeah.
Who was it that had that voice and they yelled like the Gorax? Was it him or was it someone else who could do that voice? They did it one time on the set to scare us.
Oh shoot, who was that?
I want to say it was him that did it, but I don't know for sure. I don't remember.
I don't know if he did it or if there was a crew member. Yeah. I want to say it was a crew member.
It might have been, yeah.
It might have been a crew member, like a big grip or something.
But they sounded roared and scared the
Yes.
crap out of
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Debbie did a great job.
Oops. Uh-oh.
Gotta throw the proper rocket.
Hi, babe. Jim propped that and she just goes, was that all right? I said, Deb, what great. It's,
She was always great in every role that I remember her in. I'm sure there's lots of things that I wasn't even aware she was playing when she was in the top.
one of the funnest things I did with her was Dexter as the elves who find the body.
Mm.
She had the greatest laugh too. I remember.
Oh, she did. She was so funny.
She was signing at a table next to one I was volunteering at Celebration Anaheim.
I was there.
She was great to sort of eavesdrop on. I was manning Ray Park's table and he was away the entire time I was working.
Oh, I remember that.
Like half the day I was there for like 4 hours and he was not, and people were waiting in line for him because he was scheduled to be there, but he was like double scheduled or something weird.
Yeah.
But she was next door, so I got to see her react or interact with fans, which was very cool.
Here's the big stunt.
This is crazy.
Dan actually hurt himself on this.
Got launched wrong or something.
No, when we land, because we go for it. It just he lands wrong on this, and this is I mean, he was a trooper. You didn't know that he got hurt on it. He didn't let anybody know. He told me later on, weeks later, that he hurt himself. But he was such a trooper that he never let anybody know that he
I wouldn't have
hurt
known,
himself.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. See.
No, he was
Man.
he was the first one in the suit, last one out. Never complained.
That's Mike Cassidy right there.
There it
Then
is.
it's me. Now it's
Yeah.
me again. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's Mike. Now it's you.
And they actually did a shot where maybe it didn't turn out, where I flew about 10, 15 feet in the air. And
Oh, yeah,
he
bet they
gave me
did.
hazard. They didn't use it. They gave me hazard pay, so that was nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Them Ewoks got some upper body strength.
Yeah, we do, don't we? Take you on the high school rope test.
I was always jealous of the guys that could climb the rope like that.
Yeah.
Because I had zero upper body strength.
You're not the only one. Me too. All my strengths in my legs.
So another question for Kevin. Dave asks if you know what yub nub means.
Yub nub is kind of like aloha.
Oh, it's sort of a
Yub nub
catch-all.
means celebrate, means anything good. Yub nub, hey, let's go. Yub nub, yeah, that's okay. Yub nub, cool. Yub nub, gnarly. Yub nub. Sometimes the S word, the F word, they sometimes do the opposites.
No. Right. Right.
That it's like I've been. There's the same things but different. Same word but different. So that's what yub nub. It can be used for almost anything.
Whatever the situation is.
Whatever the situation calls for, yub nub is a good word to use. So when I use it on happy birthday, it's all good.
There you go.
I won't use it for somebody saying that prayers are needed. I'm not going to say yub nub because people will take it out of context and they'll go, what does that mean?
Fire engine running down the street over here.
Oh, okay.
Followed by an ambulance.
All right. I got him on the foot. I got to get it. Okay, we'll get them all down. Oh.
Oh.
All right. Here we go. I got you now. Oh, shoot. Oh, nuts.
You were supposed to take
Ouija's supposed to keep them away from us.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're not bring them to the party. Oh.
So did he actually,
Yes.
was that you doing that?
Yeah, that's me. There. Oh, geez. That was a dummy. That's me.
Okay.
We didn't want to hurt the actor.
Yeah, I was gonna say falling on that actor.
It's like Rutger Hauer saying, I'll pick you up. I said, dude, I weigh a lot more than you think. He goes, no, I'll pick you up. So for the rest of the week, he has to pick me up.
Ah,
Yeah.
everybody.
All right, it's me against you. I gotcha. Yeah, I got you. No,
I love it.
I got this. Get away, kid. Get away, kid.
You're trimming that Gorax's toenails.
Oh, exactly. I said, can I go in and hit him in the Achilles tendon? And she goes, well, then technically the movie's over.
Would stop.
I was like, I wanted to hit him in the Achilles tendon.
Yeah, do something that would damage him, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you can't get me. I got this under control.
He's got his standoff pose. Whoop. Those freaking Tinkerbells are.
Yeah.
wicked.
I have this. Yeah, poof. Why we did that? I got this. It's oh no.
Oh,
Rock and roll. No.
Oh no is right.
No.
No, don't do this. Don't do this. Oh, ow. Oh, ouch.
So were those like foam?
No, they were real rocks. They were
Damn.
real rocks. This is Chukatruck we're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm a method actor and I
You
wanted
were fighting a
real
real giant in that
rocks.
scene.
Yes, I was fighting a real giant. I wanted real rocks.
And the more, the better.
Yes. Eric and I, we practiced this scene the night before.
Yeah, you were nice enough to rehearse the scene. I remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I went to the bathroom. Then I came out. And Tony and Debbie were there watching us rehearse it. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
And Tony goes, he goes to the bathroom, then he comes out and kicks some ass. Like that's how Tony.
You had to give him one last nose bump for the good measure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a sad scene. No
I made-
Ewok.
I
no
made-
Ewok.
I-
You made Amanda Lucas cry. No Ewok's gonna ever die because of you. Yeah.
Yep. After that one, I made Amanda cry.
Oh no.
Yeah. I did.
Well, it was, you did go out like a warrior, so it was.
Yeah.
And he promised not to ever let an Ewok die ever after that. He promised Amanda no Ewok was ever gonna die.
Well, that
We'll
was
just kill the
classic
family.
thing.
We'll just kill the family. Let's do that.
Kill you. We'll kill
They're
you
the
humans.
Ewoks.
We'll kill the humans. Yeah.
Exactly. She has a less of a connection with them, probably.
Mm.
Yeah, they are cute.
Hang on, Deej. Oh, I never showed. I'm wearing the crew shirt.
Oh wow,
Oh, that's
very cool.
Damn right, we're cute.
Mhm.
Yep, from the first one. Yep.
From the first one.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is sweet.
Yeah. 40 years later, it still fits.
That's is that airbrushed or was it a print?
I think it was like a, what did they do? Silk screen.
They
Back
had a
in the day, it
lot
was
of they had
silkscreen.
a lot of different ones. They had ones
Yeah.
that were blue, ones that were like beige, right?
Yeah, a lot of
lot of
them are
different-
beige.
Very cool.
And then the second film said Ewoks 2 on it. Actually had the name on it.
Yeah.
I still
Nice.
have them, Kevin. I have.
Yeah, I got one of those that says, just when you thought it was safe to go back in the forest.
Yeah. Yep.
That's great.
And I got
Love it.
Wilford Brimley to sign it. Yeah, mine.
Takes on classic movies like Jaws.
Uh-oh. What does Deej see?
Chuka truck.
Mm.
Took a truck.
Hmm.
Oh no.
Oh no, he's back again?
So were you guys ever on set with somebody in a costume like that? Or was that all
This was all double. No, he was never on with us, and we were never on with him.
okay? Was all shot separately.
Yeah. Ooh,
That cavern's taking its toll today.
I have a sharp axe.
Mm-hmm. Does more than cut toenails.
Nice rope swing. That was you. Good job.
Yub nub.
Yep, nub.
Yeah, David says Chukatruck needs a force ghost. He deserves it.
Yes, I should have a ghost. Everybody else has a ghost. Or maybe a statue, you know.
There you go.
Yoda's got the statue.
Right. We need gotta start a hashtag. Statue for
Yeah.
Chuka Truck.
I could appear in any movie then.
There you go.
Just
be-
as Chukachuk, when you're thinking, I need some sort of, a guiding light of
there you go.
power.
What's Eric got over there? It's a
What you got?
single colored one. Oh, is that autographed? Nice.
Yeah, this is from the actual set from the crew.
Oh, look at that.
See, Kevin signed
Hey,
it.
there I am. Yep.
Wow. There you go. That's awesome.
That's nice.
Everybody from the crew.
It's a nice little piece of memorabilia. Too
I
bad
have
it's a-
I have the second one too, which has Wilford Brimley and everybody's signature. on
Oh
it.
wow.
That's cool.
Although it looks like some moths got to it.
Oh, well.
Mike
That's
Cassidy.
tough.
I see Mike Cassidy. There's
Yeah.
his name. Tony Cox. Debbie Carrington.
Mike, he was kind of slow, almost like Jack Nicholson.
Yep. Pam Grizz, Margarita Fernandez,
Oh,
Danielle
cool.
Frischman. Everybody signed this.
Cool.
Yeah, even Aubrey.
Oh, good. Perfect.
Little small
Oh
Aubrey.
yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Totally a 4-year-old or 6, whatever she was.
Yeah.
6-year-old.
I had 2 photo doubles. I didn't even realize that there's 2 photo doubles on here.
So was one for like close-ups and one for wide shots, or just for differing shots?
All depends on what day it was. If somebody else
probably.
has, or sometimes a photo double blows it and gets fired.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Sometimes stuff happens.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They keep rolling along.
You just, it's if you impede progress of the production, you are left behind.
This wasn't the original ending of the movie. The movie was originally with Mace. He goes out after that scene with after the scene at the end of the movie there. Mace does that scene with Izarina outside, and then he turns around and Wicket and Sindel come out and they dance in the snow, and that's how it was supposed to end. They
Nice.
just changed it.
And then the ghost of Chukachuk appears.
Yes.
Gives them sage advice. Well, that was very cool. Hope we.
Yeah, I hope you guys had a fun time with that one. Going back memory lane. I hope everybody became 4 to 10 years old again.
Oh yeah.
Take me back.
Kirk Thatcher, Ewok coordinator. I remember Kirk.
Oh, Kirk is great. Kirk is directing a Muppet movie right now.
Oh, nice. So Jonathan
Kirk has-
has a question for you guys
ahead.
here. For both of you guys, if you could play any other character in the Star Wars universe, who would it be and why? Either of you can take that.
I'll go with Han Solo because, hey, it's Han Solo.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
You know,
Well, I'm not saying this because it's brand new and it's popular, but I would love to be a character like Din Djarin, similar to that,
Oh
something
yeah,
like that, a bounty hunter.
very cool.
anything. Just somebody without, they haven't seen my face yet. So it could be
Oh, yeah.
anything now,
And you could do the sort of the Warwick things where he does both in and out of, like masks.
or play a different Jar Jar Binks,
There you go.
so one that they would actually bring back and like.
The Gungan everybody loves as opposed to hate.
Well, yes, exactly.
I don't think I would want to play that character. I'll pass on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ahmed definitely did not deserve what he got from playing that character.
Well, he did exactly what,
He was told, yeah.
what he was told to do. And when you think about it, he was the Sith Lord. He was just a good actor at it. He was really the Sith Lord. Nobody was going to believe it.
Yeah. veiled very well.
Yeah.
Well, that was awesome.
That
Yeah.
was.
Awesome to have you guys on here with us doing it. Really appreciate it.
Well,
Definitely.
good. I'm glad you guys had a good time.
We look forward to next week for sure. And hopefully Spencer can stay the whole time. He had some issues to deal with, and hopefully everything turns out well with that. So,
Yeah,
we
we'll pray
will-
for that. Yeah.
but thank you guys. You got anything else?
All
to say,
right.
John?
No, it's just we had
Or-
a fun time going down that, and I'm glad everybody now can watch it, and I hope everybody had an enjoyable time. I gave my life for this movie.
Indeed.
Yes, you did.
Indeed.
Heartbreaking. Here's my
Yeah.
favorite character in this movie.
Oh, he's a great character.
Anything to say about what we plan to watch next week in terms of, leading up to the second one?
Well, I understand. If I remember correctly, didn't you in the Marauders, the Ewoks and the Marauders, didn't have a basketball game on the
Yes, they
set?
did.
And
And
you
we
won.
won.
Yep.
We
The
won
Ewoks won. Yep.
We need some
Because
behind
Tony-
the scenes.
because Tony Cox and I were playing on a basketball team at that time called the Hollywood Shorties. And
Nice.
Tony Cox, even though he's 3'6" tall, can hit consistently from half court.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's a great
And
shooter, yeah.
he shoots underhanded. So the ball would literally scrape off the ground and go into the basket from about half court.
Nice.
It's really an amazing shot when we would play, because we were like we were the Hollywood Shorties, and we were like a Harlem Globetrotters team, but smaller.
Uh-huh.
And a 8-year-old child can block his shot. But when you're running around with all these guys over 6 feet, you had to go whisper to them and say, dude, the show is not about you blocking the shot. Of course you can block the shot. Look at it. Just look at the shot. It's easy pickings. It's low-hanging fruit. Pretend you try and block the shot. You will be amazed. Because it is. This little 3.5-foot guy is shooting from half court and making it consistent. I saw him make 16 straight. And these
Oh, wow.
guys, they were tall. Many times tall guys, you think of, what we see on basketball courts but these guys were gangly, and they weren't that coordinated, right? Remember that, Eric?
I thought
were-
some of them were and some weren't. I think some of them were on a basketball team, if I remember.
the
correctly.
stunt coordinator for the lead was
Oh, okay.
actually a professional. He played for the Sacramento Kings.
That one was okay.
Yes,
I'm
he
confused
was.
Then.
We didn't play him.
Okay.
He didn't go. He didn't go in that game.
Okay.
But we played some other guys who were tall, but they weren't coordinated. So we
Right.
had one rule change: the ball must bounce on a missed shot before the other team can get it.
That's fair.
Better get down.
That's fair.
We can get it anytime we want. And so, yes, we beat those guys.
I think the Tarzan's son was on there, right? Johnny Weissmuller Jr.
He's in these shooting things. Johnny Weissmuller Jr. Yes.
Yeah.
He's in where the two guards before we escape.
Uh-huh.
He's one of those guards, and he looked just like Johnny Weissmuller. I mean, spitting image. I didn't know if he
Yeah.
could swim or not, but he could. He's. We didn't see him in the water, but
Right.
we saw him. He looked just like his dad.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's fun.
And the father in the second movie was played by Paul Gleason. So there's going to be a switch.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
So the father's
because
gonna
it
be a
was-
different father. Yeah.
Both the father and the mother, they knew that they were getting killed off, but they wanted a little bit more for the contract because it was still considerably a low budget.
Mm,
Yeah.
And so, you do another movie, you want some more money.
Sure. Yeah.
And
I actually made the same amount of money on the second movie as I did on the
Really?
first movie. Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. So
Well, good for you. Good for you.
and I only worked for a week.
Oh,
No, a
nice.
day, I think, right? No, one day. I was lucky.
Oh,
Wow, it's very short.
Yeah.
All righty.
All right.
That was fun, guys.
that was
we had a
amazing.
fun time.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Anything else?
Oh, go! I have a new single out, a new song. It's out on iTunes, Spotify, everything. It's called "Dare to Dream in a Galaxy Far, Far Away." I just
All
re-released
right.
it.
Nice.
Just
for you.
re-released it. Yeah, so everybody go check it out. There's a music video online too where I actually play Mace again as an adult. We do some fun stuff and
Cool.
a lot of dancing going around. It's a good song, so check it out.
Good.
I will.
Good.
Yeah.
Good for you.
All right, guys. It was a pleasure.
All
We
righty.
look forward to next week.
All
See you
right,
then.
see you guys. Ciao.
All righty.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao. Bye-bye.
Yeah.